Welcome to No Pro with a GoPro. So in this video I want to talk to you about how I went about deciding on which GoPro I was going to purchase, and I opted for the Hero 4 Session. I'm sure if you've been looking at the GoPros you'll know there are plenty of sort of technical comparison websites available, and these look at quite a bit of detail at various aspects of each model. And I certainly spent a reasonable amount of time looking at those, trying to compare the key differences between them, particularly as there's a significant price jump from the Hero 4 Session to the next Hero GoPro that's available. For me, there were two key things to consider at outset. One was the price, and the other was size. In essence, it seemed to me that you were going to have to spend more money to get a model that came with a larger case. And this seemed to me to be a little counterintuitive, and also getting something that's a bit more bulky, potentially relative to the very small size of the Hero 4 Session. And so I needed to understand what the principal differences between these two sizes were. And this, from the technical research, came down to the battery. In the Hero 4 Session, whilst the battery is rechargeable, it's fixed in the unit. You can't have a spare battery to swap round to extend the recording life between charges. Whereas with the other GoPros, with the larger case, then the battery is removable. So you can have maybe 2 or 3 spare charged batteries, and that would extend the length of time you'd be able to use your GoPro before having to revert back to some sort of recharging facility. And that seemed to me to be the principal difference from a technical point of view that was going to impact on the way I was going to be using a GoPro.
Into the unknown.
So with the size of the Hero 4 tipping it in my favour, along with the preferential price point, the issue then became around whether or not I actually really needed the ability to have extended recording life. And then a bit of reality sets in, sort of thinking about it. Am I really going to want to record continuously for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours? Doing maybe a long bike ride, and then actually are you actually going to replay that amount of video? Are you going to want to save all of that? I think that's highly unlikely. So there's going to be an ability to sort of edit on the go, as you can very easily with the Hero 4 Session. So whilst that has the disadvantage if you're not recording everything, there may be the odd instant or action that you wish you'd been able to record and you didn't have it switched on at the time, but that's life, and that's a bit of it. And it seemed to me to minimize that risk wasn't justified for the extra cost and bulk. So for me, the inability to have a second charged battery and replace it on the go, actually, when it comes down to it, I don't think is that big a deal. And certainly I think that's a big point for anybody considering buying a GoPro to consider, as to whether or not you really need the ability to record for very long periods of time without the ability to recharge. So therefore, looking at the size, the price, not really that concerned about not being able to record more than a couple of hours in one go. The Hero 4 Session for me suits what I want it for, and that's what I went for. So far, been very pleased with it. It's early days yet, but hopefully, my experience and my thinking, will help you with your thought process and decisions on, sort of which version you want to buy. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below as to, which version you went for, what was the key decision as to why. Not only would that be interesting for me, because I'm interested in that sort of thing, but also for other subscribers looking at it, that feedback, may help them as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe using the link below if you haven't already done so, and please add any comments below as well, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible when I can. Thank you very much for watching.